Welcome to Kentucky Football Nation. Well, let's talk about the Georgia game coming up. Going to be a tough one. Georgia has not lost 2 SEC games in a row since 2016. They have not lost at Georgia an SEC game at home since 2019 to South Carolina. So, hey, they're due, right? Georgia total offense is ranked 38th. They put out 442 yards a game. Their defense is ranked 44th. Their defense, they give up 324 yards a game, which is, that's not great. But the bad news is they give up 232 pass, 91 yards rushing. Now, to be fair, they haven't seen a team like us that runs the ball most of the game. So Kirby Smart, if you watched his press conference, which if you didn't, gave a lot of respect to Mark Stoops. And, of course, he knows what's going to happen. It's going to be a real physical game, and we're going to line up and we're going to run the ball right down your throat unless we fall behind 35-10 or something like that. So the key for this, Cutter Boley, I'm glad Mark Stoops left him in there. Now, Mark Stoops left him in there. And like I said on my previous lives or previous videos, he let him get his ass kicked. And why did he do that? Okay, well, 2 reasons. The biggest reason is he's trying to keep him. If he pulls Cutter Boley in that game and brings in Zach Calzada, and let's say Calzada does a comeback, and not going to say he wins, but he plays great, now there's a quarterback controversy. They don't want that. They want to retain Boley for next year. Look, we got to keep everybody. This is how hard this is. When the season's over, before we get any other players, we have to, all the other underclassmen, we have to re-recruit them. So, yeah, he's trying not to lose Boley. And also, look, you got to get your ass kicked in this league to get more confidence. So now hopefully he will not hold on to the ball and get rid of it and take a better I want to see him take command of the offense. I don't care what happens in the game this week. I mean, I hope we stay in it. I think we'll cover, it was 21.5. Look, I think we can hang with these guys, but Cutter Boley has to take command of the offense. So hopefully he will do that. As I said, he looked, I did not like his body language or the look on his face. Even though some people on KSR thinks that he looked fine, I don't know which game they were watching, but to me, he looked scared. I don't know what you guys thought. And he should have. It was an intimidating place, but it doesn't get any easier. So the one thing I'm going to look at is Cutter Boley. How does he play? Because after this, guys, look, okay, so they only give up, what did I say, rushing, 91 yards. But we're going to run the ball no matter what, unless we fall really, really far behind. The games after this, okay, let me give you a little hope. Now, we're in the 90s in offense. How many people think we have the worst offense in the SEC? Raise your hand. You would be wrong. Auburn, 108th. Awful, 342 yards a game. Florida, 116, 320 yards a game. So we got some teams coming up that are awful on offense, worse than we are, okay? So can we beat them? Yeah, if we don't turn the ball over. Look, what do I say? The 3 T's, turnovers, tackling, time of possession. Well, when you give up 4 turnovers, it wasn't the tackling or the time of possession, although I think maybe they beat us by a few minutes. That wouldn't have mattered. It was the turnovers. So, yeah, same thing in this game. We can't turn the ball over. You can't give somebody 21 points. Just not going to, in this league, I don't care who it is, you're not going to win. So hopefully we will play better. And look, it's going to be a lineup, smash mouth game. So I'm sure Stoops will be ready, and I'm sure Kirby Smart. Look, you think they want to lose 2 games in a row? No, they do not. But it's an early start. As Randy from Georgia Podcast comes over and talks to me, he's got a podcast called That Effing Dogs Podcast. If you guys want to watch a Georgia or SEC podcast that is good, shout out to Randy at That Effing Dogs Podcast. He's worried about the early start because it's like 11 a.m. in Athens that they have to start. So, hey, I told him I'll take any advantage we can get. Hopefully you guys took a lot of Tylenol PM and, and slept well that night and you get up and you're a little groggy. But no, I don't know what's going to happen. Usually on those early games, it might get a slow start. So maybe the slow start will help us. We need it low scoring, guys. Like we said, it needs to be in the 20s. So the season's not over yet. There'll be more games after this. We got a bye week. Let's get Cutter Boley more comfortable and get him to calm down a little bit. All his throws look, the very first throw of the game could have been picked. The guy had two hands on it for Carolina. The ball was sailing on him. He was overthrowing. He was just off on every throw, just about every throw. I think he completed 10 passes out of 19. Yeah. But no, we're going to watch the Georgia game right here. I will come on at 10:30 for pregame, 10:30 Central, 11:30 Eastern for pregame, and we will live chat the game right here. So come on over here and watch the game. Okay, watch the game. You can say anything you want. This is a fan channel. We try to stay positive. Look, I know. Look, I've been a fan. I'm almost 60 years old, guys. How many for us older guys? How many times you seen this before? We've seen this movie before. Okay, we know about Kentucky football. Yeah, we know that they're capable of losing. So yeah, hopefully they will right the ship. And even if they don't win this game, I just want to see them play better, because we got some. Like I said, when you start looking at Georgia, Auburn, when you start looking at Florida, Texas doesn't impress me that much. Texas is our homecoming game. When you start looking, Tennessee, you want a Tennessee stat? They're 77th in defense, total defense. Their defense is not playing well. They almost lost to Mississippi State. You know why? For all you guys, Kentucky fans that didn't see that game, they turned the ball over and it got into overtime, and they damn near lost that game because they turned the ball over. So yes, Tennessee scores a lot of points, but they give up a lot of points and they turn the ball over. So, and they're 77th in total defense, and that's down there where we are. Yeah, Notre Dame is 90th. Wow, in total defense. So that's just some stats for you to, let's not give up just yet here. Okay. Look, I understand if you're done with football, turn it off and just see what happens at the end of the year, and we'll fire everybody and we'll get a new coach. But everybody gets fired. Brad White, everybody. So if that happens, hey, that happens. But until that point, we're going to come in here and we're going to be positive and try and have some fun watching the game, even though we need to play better. So look, I appreciate all my subscribers. Like I said, we'll do lives. We'll do basketball. I have a basketball section on my channel. Now, basketball is going to be easy because we're going to be good at basketball. Anybody can do a basketball channel, and we'll do basketball too. And I'll live some of the basketball games according to my work schedule. Basketball is going to be fun because we're going to be good. Why are we going to be good in basketball before I get off here? Because we spent more money than any other team in the country. And until we spend the amount of money on football that Georgia and Alabama, Tennessee, and anybody else you want to think of, Texas A&M, we're not going to be good at football. You can bring in John Summerall, bring in anybody you want. You're trying to build a Walmart team, and they're building I don't know what high-end grocery stores you guys have, Aldi's, Meijer. Yeah, we're trying to build a team, an economy team, and they're building a premium team. Big difference, okay? That's why Mitch Barnhart will not release the numbers on football and basketball. Because if we found out what they were spending on football, we'd probably be really upset. So look, we'll do all that in another video. That's for another time. Once again, look, guys, come here Saturday. Thanks for watching.